Okay, starting making the big forms. Are very difficult, very heavy. Okay. First we added some talcum powder. Now we're gonna sift some Petrobond on it. I've mixed the sand in a cement mixer. It's already old sand, Petrobond. I prefer Petrobond. Well, it smokes a little bit, but it works better than green sand. Green sand, it's too dry, it's too wet. No, I prefer Petrobond. Okay, I've casted the sides. This one was the first. I already cleaned it. I casted this one today. It still has the razors and the sprues on it. Still need to clean it up. This one is a little better. Here I have some porosity, but that's on the inside and on the bottom. So that's no problem. This one is perfect. Couldn't be better. Yeah, couldn't be better. So I also casted this block today. So now I'm only left with 3 castings to do. That will be for the end of the week. Yeah, I forgot to say, I had a lot of problems with this casting, with making the mold. It's a big area, and 5 or 6 times I opened the mold and the sand dropped out. I had to make some modifications to the scope. I had to bolt everything down, but finally I succeeded, and I'm very happy. These were 2 very difficult castings. So, up to the next. Okay, today, 31st December 2022, is the last day of the year. This morning I casted the front. Also look nice, okay. And the small block. Now we will cut off the spruce, and then filing and scraping and filing and scraping and filing and scraping. So that will be for next year. Oh, that's tomorrow already. Yeah, okay. Okay, I've cut off the spruce from the 2 blocks. And I will put it together with a clamp, and let's see how it looks. So I dry fitted it. Looks nice. This I couldn't cast yet. I have nothing big enough to cast it in, but yeah, this comes here, on the other side, but on the other side you won't see it. But that's not a hurry. First we have to clean all this up and paint it. No, it starts looking like a shaper. So tomorrow it's New Year when I put the film online. It will be already half of January, but anyway, I all wish you a very happy New Year, good health, and much luck Okay, bye for now. Okay, I started to file and scrape the front. This side, the bottom side, I already done. Make sure that it's square and that it doesn't rock. Now I'm flattening this. Here will come a plate for the table to move up and down. Filing and scraping aluminium is a little bit difficult. I use ordinary files. The first file is a rasp, just an ordinary wood rasp. It takes off a lot of material without clogging. Then I use different files, just metal files. To prevent them from clogging, I just coat them with a little bit of chalk. You see, they clog anyway, but not so often. I made this chalk myself, just some plaster I poured in a tube. It's a little bit thicker than the ordinary chalk, which breaks easily. So if your file is clogged, the best way to remove is a piece of copper. This is a copper tube, flattened on one side. You just put it down, and this way you don't damage the file, and you easily, if you can see, they are also focus. No, oh, he doesn't want to. That's the best way to remove some pieces in your file. Now, to be sure that everything is flat, I use a piece of granite plate. You can use a glass plate, and this is just some ordinary blue oil paint. You just put a dab here and there. Alright, and then if I can close this, yeah, this is from wallpaper, to put wallpaper on, on the walls. Then you just run it over in all directions, spread it evenly. So that's done. Now we're gonna put up our piece. First of all, I'm gonna feel if it doesn't rock. This is good. This is good. So it's flat. Now just rub it, and here you see the high spots. You have to remove. Okay, let's put it in the vise. A little bit closer. So, This is a scraper. Oh, now it's too close. This is a scraper I made myself. A wooden handle. A very, no, it's half an inch bar. I made here a slot and a carbide insert with a set screw. And that's all. Right. So now we're going to scrape this piece. You put the handle under your armpit and hold it firmly. And now you can start scraping. I already filed with the rasp so that it's a little bit more flat. See? So that all the blue is gone in one direction, then in another direction with a slider cut. So here we have some. It's not too bad. We'll turn this a little bit so I'm not in the way of the camera. With a lighter cut here. Okay, and the last. So that's done scraping. Then I take a file and I run it so that any burrs will be removed. Put your hand on the place where you want to remove material so that you doesn't, if you take it this way, your file may be able to rock. Just put your hand at pressure there. So that's done. Now the whole, let's zoom out again. Yeah, you see, there's all kind of pieces here. Before you put it on the faceplate again, just blow it off. Okay, put it on the faceplate. First I'm gonna roll over again. So, put it on the faceplate and feel if it's not rocking. This side is not, this side is also not. Okay, so it's flat. You see, we have a little bit more to remove. So the whole thing has to be covered with blue. Then it's completely flat. The next thing I have to do is make those two sides here parallel. 104 millimeters wide. Now it is, let's check it. Yeah, it's 105, so 1 millimeter has to go. And then just clean up the others, all the other sides, so that you can paint it. They are not critical. Just this side is very critical, and those sides that they are parallel. All right. Right. So I've cleaned up all the sides. These are very flat, and these two I've made parallel. So I drilled all the holes, tapped. The only difference with the book here, he writes to make to put in a threaded rod with some bolts. I had a sprue that I turned, tapped 2 holes in it, and with 2 bolts, the same width as this underside. So it's completely parallel. If I measure here, I have 104, and it's exactly the same here. So it's completely parallel. The next thing, normally I should put a plate 8 millimeters cold rolled steel, but I don't have one. I can't find one. What do I have is a 10 millimeter plate. So I will put in a 10 millimeter plate. When this plate is set, I can clean up these two, because they have to be perpendicular to this plate. So first 10 millimeter plate, and here also will be a 10 millimeter plate. So that's for the next day. I finished the plate, the top, the ramways. So they're all flat, all perpendicular. With the plate I had problems. As I told you, I couldn't find 8 millimeter cold rolled steel. So I had some 10 millimeter, but it was hot rolled steel. It wasn't flat. I put it on the mill, and with a fly cutter I flattened it rather good, but then I needed to scrape, and I can tell you, scraping cold rolled steel, it's not easy. It took me 3 days just to make this plate. Now I still have to make a plate here for the ram. So this will take me 3 days too. No, okay. So far everything is done. Now I can paint it all. Then I will cast the driving mechanism. So it looks already good. So I've painted the base. I've bolted together. Oh. Here's some close-up from the table plate. So now I will start making the drive mechanism here, and the plate for the ram. Then I need to make the bull wheel. It would take me some time again. Okay, perhaps next month that will be finished too.